I'm Norm Hicks. We're here today at Steel City Anglers headquarters, and we're going to tie a small Prince Nymph. So here is the fly that we hope to tie. Okay. We'll start out. I've already selected a hook, and I'm going to go ahead and feed a brass bead on there, the small hole towards the eye of the hook. I'll turn it around so I can actually tie the fly. Just use the vise as a second set of hands to put that bead on there. Make sure my hook is, the tip of the hook is hidden so that it doesn't cut my thread. Tie in some thread, run it back down the hook just far enough to see that I'm tied in solid. Take off my excess and come with the holographic gold tinsel, trap it in there and run it down the hook to the back, the bend in the hook, so that this tinsel's ready to come out of the back of that fly and wrap up over my thorax material when we get to that part. The back of the fly is 2 turkey biots in the red color. I want to cross those to make that split forked tail of the fly. It's kind of the hard part of the Prince Nymph, is getting those just right. So I'll start to tie them in with them kind of on my side of the fly, so when they creep around, they go the way I want them to. Okay, so now we need some material for the thorax, which is the traditional is the peacock curl, which has these iridescent fibers that'll stick out between my rings of the holographic tinsel. So I'm going to just kind of wrap this body up. You want to form kind of a torpedo shape, like a cigar shape body. It'll look nice and buggy. The danger being getting too much going and you crowd your eye or your bead and not leave room for your other things you got to tie in. Okay, I'll trim off my excess after I tie that down with 3 turns. I'll come with my palmer my holographic tinsel up this thorax. I'm going to leave stripes of the different materials visually so the fish can pick them up. Again, I'll lock that in with 3 turns of the thread. Now we're ready for a ring of hackle that will go underneath my last biots. This is a red hackle, fairly small. Just trap that in. And this is just a turn or 2. We don't want it to float. There we go. Now the last major component of the fly is the white biots at the top. And again, it's kind of a trick to get these crossed and set up just so. I'll start out again with them facing me on the fly a little bit, so as they creep around, they land where I want them to be. I've got a little extra here. I'm going to just snip off. And those tag ends of the buyouts, I'm just going to try to trap them in this band of black thread that finishes the fly right behind the bead. Once I get that built up to where I'm happy with it, I'll run my funny little whip finish, which is not a traditional whip finish, but 3 half hitches that go in opposite directions. So you can wind up with 2 clove hitches stacked on top of each other and break off the excess, if that's how it works out. And there we go. That was a little bit lumpy but fishable Prince Nymph.